Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, just as amazing individual. Today, I would like to speak about the courage to live and to express your innermost soul. As you can see by observing objectively today, you see that as many as possible wants to hide away and be as inconspicuous as possible. So you see a whole mass of people moving along without wanting to stand out. That is not the purpose of mankind today. We have come so far into the individualization journey that wanting comfort inside a dark mass, inside a guiding force that do not anymore give us what we truly need, is not what we are supposed to do anymore. That is comfort. That is expanding and selling your own freedom and your own inner power to feel comfortable with others. We are not meant to feel comfortable. We are meant to bring change. We are meant to bring progress and love to this earth. By you expressing your individual soul and love for everyone of this earth, in every single group, every individual, every culture, everything, and as many of these you can become aware of and integrate and assimilate within your soul, that is what we're meant to do. And we have unique and very personal interests, strengths, weaknesses, and it is up to us to find out where we can most effectively help and guide, well, whoever wants it and needs it. We never force, we never condemn or judge, we just observe and see from our own perspective and our own heart, both subjectively and objectively, connecting them, so that we can more understand where we are in this world. Also by studying reincarnation and earlier civilizations and how they operated, how they were as human beings in difference to us. They were different from us. And how we have slowly moved from the spiritual and down to the physical like this helps also in bringing about a certain insight to this, seeing where we are going. I often say this in videos, but what you did in the past have made you who you are today. That is a clear one. But what you do today is what you become in the future, just like what you did in the past is you now. Remember this, that is the transformation. You never cut out the future. The future must be in sight. It is a third part that we have forgotten altogether, and now we are just moving blindly headlong into something that we might not like. Think about that for a moment. If we keep going with what we're doing now, what do you think will happen? Just imagine that yourself. So by you building your inner moral and loving, caring, nurturing center, heart, ego, you become a medicine to this, you become a healing force to this earth. A helping hand. Because we wish for every single individual on this planet Earth to wake up to their own inner center. The more they hide away, the less individualized they become, and the more they lose the opportunity. Do you wish to find your inner soul strength? You have to go outside of what you normally know. You will have to think a little anew and ask Newton how human beings thought about thinking anew. They were not very fond of it, of the change. But what happened 100 or 200 years later? Now it is the normal. It will happen again. It always does. We will not stay in where we are now, because the materialism of today has become completely hollow and without love. Love is objectivity. Without love, you can only find the physical forms, shapes and materials outside with our senses. Passively contemplating on them without putting any life to them, you will only find the corpse. You see, inner life and inner strength and is in every human being. And if you can't find it, you just haven't cultivated it yet. You would be surprised as to what us human beings have a capability of growing within us as faculties for change and love. You must never exclude love from anything. Once you do, your morals decay. You need the morals to uphold a certain strength of standards, strength of values. These values are alive within you, and you have built them through trials and errors, through countless experiences with things you thought you could live without. But in the end, it was necessary for you to go through them to make you learn, to make you strong, to make you individual. We are meant to all become individualized and appreciate and love each other's cultures. We all come in the end from the same source. But down here on earth there are different variable forces that shapes different countries, that shapes different cultures and different religions and so on. But in the end, they all are under the one God. If you see up in the universe, there is only one of them. You can, no matter if you are seeing it from another lens. So I'm not going to go more into that, obviously. But it is only one. And by acknowledging that, you can actually appreciate every single culture and religion. We are all coming from it's just different flavors. Or not just different flavors, it is different flavors, and I love it. They come from different values and have different standpoints in life. But the more you find the variations of standpoints, the more you actually can see the one whole in all variations. It's hard to explain it, and it is feeling contradictory, but it is not. Because by you loving the differences as the one, in a sense, you get to awaken up a certain ability to actually appreciate God and Christ and the divine. Because the one Christ is within every single one, and he is expressing himself uniquely in every single one. And to have that as a conscious realization, the inner love that such a divine being had for us to come down and die a physical death, to show us that, relax, it is not so bad as it seems. And you have the opportunity now to come out of that despair, to come out of that dark powers, to come into true loving, caring nurture. We have for a long time now been guided by forces that not necessarily know where we are going. And those that are a little higher up know where we are going, but consciously are doing this anyway. These are not the beings we are to follow. We are to follow, if we so chooses with our freedom, the loving, progressive, warm, uplifting, also strict beings that wants the best for us. You understand when I speak about these things, these are the divine loving hierarchy. You have the lower astral realm, or the evil astral realm, the dark astral realm, if you should call it, are affecting more and more of us human beings, and it will only become worse over the next 400 years. By you individually growing, cultivating, and strengthening your inner moral power for love, the more you become a force for good in the future. This is, of course, sincere work that requires a strong foundation to sit in your values. Even if any being challenges you and say, it is only illusion, it is only lie. You can't take that, because it is a reality that is experiential. And once it's experienced, no one can take that away from you. Seriously. Think about a person that has never experienced it before. Then say that is just bullshit. It is the same as a blind person trying to judge a painting. He has never seen it, he has never felt it, he has never... It is just bonkers to me, and I can't take that seriously. I seriously can't. But I take it into consideration as the opposition. You need to know that they're there, you need to know that they try to break down every brick in our sacred temple of this earth. So we build it brick by brick, strengthening it by foundation. And when the time is come, that temple is strong enough to stand any storm, any turbulence, any earthquakes, anything. It stands the test of time. That is what we are building within our soul. And the more you cultivate this, the more you deepen, the more you wish to see mankind prosper. The more harmony, stability, and inner foundation you are given. This is the picture I have. You work towards aspiring to something, and when you have shown yourself worthy enough, they will give you that thing. That is the thing. You have to show yourself alone, not with anyone else, but alone worthy of the gifts. Because these gifts are for mankind. Not for promoting yourself. Not for you being the cool one, manipulating others and getting what you want. It is for help for mankind. The more you get to jump into that kind of being, the more enjoyable it becomes, because you become the whole world in a sense. Your ego encompasses the whole world, and the whole world encompasses you in a sense. And everyone has that ability. So I reflect Christ in you and you reflect Christ in me. Not yet I, but the Christ in me and the Christ in you. Just think about these things for a little moment and let it sink in. Let it work upon your soul. Are you disagreeing with me? Does it sound bonkers to you? Does it sound too different? Is it too hard to understand? That is where you come in. How curious and wondrous are you about it, and how willing are you to learn? That is up to you. That is your freedom. I am only here to inspire you. I'm only here to make you think actively. Be here with me and actively visualize with me and trying to find truth within it. And the more you do it, the better you become. The more you practice and speak and communicate and using your body for movement, and you speak with your whole body and your soul in a sense. You can't lie then, because you will squirm and we are more honest to ourselves than we like ourselves to believe. And if we are lying to ourselves, it is more the challenge of, is it something here we don't want to acknowledge? And well, if you open yourself up honestly, you will be shown immediately. But it is harder. It is very difficult. So by just having faith, love, hope, working towards no matter the strife, no matter the challenges, no matter the struggle, no matter the opposition, you keep going. You keep doing you. You keep going what you're doing. Because, well, if you do nothing, it is much more fun to have struggles and pain and suffering and overcoming that than to do nothing. That is my viewpoint of it. By doing nothing, indolence, you will lose certain stabilities and foundations. That is just how the truth is, because you let yourself slowly ebb. You are not using your muscles, your inner spiritual organs. So I think this was everything. I want to end it on a good note, since that was a more half depressing one. Just grab a hold of your active being. You are here and now active. You can do it anytime. It is never too late. And once you show your interest in starting sincerely, that is when the divine will grab your hand and give you what is needed. You just have to trust them. You just have to trust yourself. And know that whatever shows up, you have the strength to overcome. God and Christ would never give you something you cannot handle. So I think this was everything. May the divine and Christ and God and the Holy Spirit and the hierarchy all protect you, guide you, and may you find your inner individual beautiful light, life, and warmth. Love you. Goodbye.